A figurine takes approximately 12 days to make from start to finish. There will be as many as 20 people who touch a particular product. Well, first we take a coat hanger and we cut the coat hanger and bend it more or less into the shape of an armature. And the original figures were done the same way. After that, we have to put it into a base. The bases are handmade as well. We mix up a thin mixture of plaster and they plop it onto the surface. Someone has to follow right behind the plaster with the figures, and they insert the bent wire, which will become our armature, into the plaster. After that, the face is kind of this similar sort of thing, and it's going on at the same time as the body. But the face is molded out of a clay, and it's an air-dry clay, which is kind of unusual. But we do that because we don't have to fire it. After Anita puts the slug of clay into the mold and pushes it down real hard, she takes it over to the press. Once the artist takes the clay from the mold, they have to rework it. They have to clean it up. They have to put the undercuts into it. And so again, each one's a little bit different. Here we have some of the heads that have been drying for approximately a day. Over here, we're going to be painting or putting the flesh onto the face. Here we're actually putting the features onto the face. And each one, again, is done by hand. We want them to have as much freedom in painting the faces as possible, but at the same time, we realize our customers expect a certain look. And I think the people who buy them, and who buy a lot of them, look for particular people who have painted faces. And then we wrap the body in tissue paper to form the anatomy, and that's where it gets very creative, because each person wraps a little bit different, so each body looks a little bit different, which is good. The clothing is done in very basic shapes. We don't actually have a coat. We have sleeves and we have the body of the coat. And a lot of what happens to it later is done by people by their hands and the way they pin things. In this case, it's a small costume for a little character, and it ends up looking more like this. Even our pants are basic shapes, and as you can see, Edie's the one who actually makes it into a pant leg rather than us sewing them all. Because our figures have plaster bases, we can't really pull them on from the bottom up, and so each one is glued into place. The dressing station is kind of fun for a lot of people because, again, they can express their own individual ideas. Each caroler has a design sheet where it's specifically what's going to go into that. And then they can use their own imagination to put it together. After dressing, we have quality control, and each piece is looked at very carefully by some very expert ladies who are very good at looking at things like that. And they make sure it's perfect. If it isn't, they send it back to the dresser to be redone. Eventually it gets put into a bag and then off to shipping. So I think it's really fun that we can have all these different people creating one particular object. It's different than a lot of art where one artist does a painting. This one has a whole bunch of people working on it, and I think that's why they appeal to so many people, because they see a little bit of themselves in each and every figure.